Hey everybody, it's your girl Urban Farm Sister. Hey everybody, it's your girl Urban Farm Sister. So today we're kicking off Hydro Talks. A few weeks ago I did a survey and I asked you guys, were you interested in learning how to grow lettuce in hydroponics? That survey, I had an overwhelming response of people that were very interested in me doing that. So this is the first of many videos that we're going to cover hydroponics. Some of you may not know what hydroponics is. Basically, it's a growing of plants in water without the use of soil. Hydroponics is not a new concept. It's actually been around for thousands and thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians, as well as the Aztecs and the Mayans, they actually used to use hydroponic techniques. In these videos, I'm not going to get into a really in-depth lesson. If you would like to learn more about hydroponics, I also offer classes that you can purchase online. The link will be in the description. But in these videos, I'm just going to show you how to set up certain, hydroponic systems, how to start seeds. We're going to discuss some things like the importance of pH and all types of things like that. And I'm going to grow a multitude of different types of plants. So first, we're going to start off with the lettuce, but then we're going to build from that, and we're going to actually grow things like tomatoes, peppers, a multitude of things. So I want you guys to stay connected with these videos so you can see the progress. The lettuce that we start is going to take about a month for it to grow, and I want you guys to just follow along and see the process. When you're growing in hydroponics, what you'll find is that your plants are going to grow a lot faster than they would in the soil, and a lot of times a whole lot better. So with that being said, we're going to start by going over, if you'd like to purchase this kit that I have. It's also available. The link is in the description. I sell these kits, and this is a starter kit that I offer when I offer my classes. And it teaches you how to grow lettuce. So the kit contains all the things you'll need to do, things you'll need to use to actually grow a crop of lettuce. So first, you're going to start out with this tote. The tote will already be drilled for you. It'll have the holes in it. This is actually an older tote. I've been using it over and over again. Like I said, I grow a multitude of plants in hydroponics, so I always use the containers over and over again. That's a good thing about these totes. They're very durable and they last a long time. But what you'll also get in the kit, and you're going to use everything in this kit, even the plastic bag, but you'll get this plate. You'll get this tray insert. Inside the tray insert, you'll have what are called root plugs. This is what we're going to actually plant our seeds in today. You'll get 4 of those. You'll get 4 net pots. You'll get a Q-tip. You'll get your nutrients, the bag, and then you'll get your seeds. So for the lettuce that we're actually going to grow, since there's been so many recalls on romaine lettuce, we're actually going to grow a dwarf version of romaine lettuce. It's called Little Jim. It's a romaine lettuce, and the seeds will be in here. If you would just like to purchase the seeds and not necessarily buy the kit, you can also do that as well, and the link is also in the description for that. But this is a small dwarf variety of romaine lettuce, and it grows in about 40 to 70 days, depending on what type of system you have in it. If you're growing it in soil, it's going to take a lot longer, versus if you grow it in the hydroponics, it's going to grow a lot faster. It's a very good lettuce. I actually grew it a few years ago, and I have some pictures here if you'd like to see what it looks like as it's growing. It's very good. I used it in salads, as well as I used it even in smoothies and things. Like I said, it's a fast-growing lettuce. It's a small romaine. And here in the seed insert, you'll get a little history about the lettuce itself, how to plant it in soil, as well as a little bit about the hydroponics. But if you want to really dive down into that, like I said, you can watch these videos or you can buy those classes. And then it just gives you a history about romaine lettuce itself, and then on the back there's some facts and things. And if you need to contact me, my contact information is on the inside of here. But you can always email me. You know, guys, on my email, if you don't, it's urbanfarmsister@gmail.com. All right, so let's get started. So today we're going to actually start the seeds. So you're not going to need the net pots today. You're not going to need your fertilizer, but you will need the tray, the Q-tip, the little plate, and you will also need your seeds. And if you have, you're also going to need a little cup of water. So what we'll do, we'll take the seeds. They're actually stuck to the inside of the little insert here, in a little bag, and we will take some of these seeds out of the bag. We're not going to take a lot of them, and you'll get enough seeds that you can actually grow over and over again. When you're growing lettuce in a hydroponic system, you don't have to harvest the whole head. You can actually just harvest a few of the leaves at a time. Always harvest your lettuce from the outside. Do not harvest the lettuce that is growing from the inside because you'll damage your plant. But if you harvest on the outside, the older leaves, you can harvest your plant over and over again. Eventually what will happen though is that your lettuce will go and do what is called bolting, where it'll start sending up stalks and it will try to flower. And at that time, your lettuce plant will not taste good anymore, and you probably just want to get rid of it unless you want to let it flower. And then you can do that, and you can actually collect seeds if you hand pollinate and things like that. But we won't be going over that. If you want to learn about hand pollination and things, like I said, you can purchase my classes that I have. Like I said, the link is in the description. Those classes get very into depth about you know, hydroponics, pH, nutrients, all types of things. So I would recommend you buy it, but if you don't want to, that's okay too. So the water that I told you guys to have, what you're going to want to do is sit your root plugs that are in here down in the water just to make sure they're hydrated. Sometimes in shipping they dry out. So you just sit them in there for like 1 or 2 minutes, and then what you'll do is you'll take them out, let them drip dry. Don't try to wring them out. That will damage the root plug itself. So I'm just going to soak all of these. Alright, so then you're going to take your Q-tip, and we're going to use this Q-tip to actually plant our seeds. So you're going to wet one end of it. And what you're going to do is you're going to pour some of your seeds, like I say, on this plate. And you're going to use this Q-tip, and you're going to actually use it to pick these little tiny seeds up. So what you'll have, or if the camera will pick it up, are the seeds that are on the Q-tip there. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your root plug that's in the kit that we just soaked, and you're going to stick the seeds down. Each one of these root plugs has a hole in the top. If it doesn't, you can easily make one. Sometimes there's manufacturing error where it doesn't make a hole in it. But what you want to do is you want to stick those seeds down in there. And like I said, you want to pick up at least 2 seeds. You don't want to pick up a whole bunch of them, because if they all sprout, then you're going to have to you have to pull some of those plants out of there. Because what you're going to eventually have is just one plant developing inside this root plug. So you're going to put your seeds down in there, and that's how you plant your seeds in these root plugs. Okay, so after you plant them in there, you're going to take your little plastic bag here and your tray with the root plugs in it, and you're going to use this plastic bag as a greenhouse. So you're going to put it over top of your little insert here. And we're going to use this as a greenhouse. Like I say, what it's going to do, it's going to help create humidity inside of here and cause the actual seeds to sprout. So now what you can do with this, you can actually do a few things with it. You can sit it in a window, a south-facing window in your home that gets direct sunlight for most of the day. And then your plants, they'll get light, they'll get darkness, they'll get natural lighting. If you don't have a south-facing window that gets, at least 8 to 9 hours of sunlight a day, what you're going to want to do, you may want to place them under a grow light. I usually put my plants under a grow light for 12-hour shifts. So I have them on a timer, so it cuts on for 12 hours, it cuts off for 12 hours, and it usually comes on the same time every day. If you can't afford a grow light, I recommend that you actually go and purchase shop lights. Now you can get those at your big box hardware stores. Basically, I would recommend you get T8s if you're going to, for the minimum. T5s are a lot better, but do not get T12s. They do not give off enough lumens and things that the plants will need. Also, if you're going to go the shop light route, just know that you're only going to be able to grow leafy greens. You're not going to be able to grow things like tomatoes and peppers as we, get into those type of plants. The grow light will help you get those plants from seed to fruiting, but a shop light will not. Also, with the shop lights, you want to make sure you buy daylight light bulbs. And like I said, T8s, T5s are better. Now, if you have a grow light, there's different types of grow lights. That's another thing that I cover in my classes and things. I recommend a high output T5 grow light. I have a link in the description if you'd like to purchase that particular light. If you have some LEDs, that will work as well. It's up to you. Whatever you have available, I recommend you use what you have available. But just know, if you're going to use natural lighting, you got to make sure the plant is going to get direct sunlight for at least 8 to 9 hours a day. If you don't have a south-facing window, it's not going to work. A north-facing window does not get the right light that the plant will need, and it doesn't get it long enough. No, west and east-facing windows either. So it's best you have to have it in a south-facing window. Also, sometimes people, to get their plants to germinate, they'll put them in like a warm room, or they'll put them on top of their refrigerator and things like that. That's great, but I know what happens is people will forget that they put them on the refrigerator, and what will happen is the plants will actually sprout. They'll be trying to search for light, and what they'll do is they'll grow really, really long, and then they'll flop over. And at that point in time, you're going to have to start your plants over because they're not going to be able to survive. They're going to be too weak and stretched out. So if you're going to put them on top of the refrigerator for the warmth, to get plants to germinate, it's best to have them in a warm environment. It'll quicken up the germination process. If you put them in a cool environment, what'll happen is it'll slow it down, or they may not germinate at all, or not, it might take a very, very long time. When it comes to lettuce, usually if you have it in the right temperature, usually about 85, 90 degrees, you can even use those seedling mats if you guys have seen those before. You can get them to sprout in about a day or two. I've had certain lettuce plants. I grow a lot of black-seeded Simpson lettuce, and I can get that to sprout like within 24 hours after actually planting it. I have seedling mats and all that type of stuff, so I have all the state-of-the-art technology that will help me germinate my seeds a lot faster. But if you don't have access to that, like I said, refrigerator is pretty warm on the top, but you got to remember that you put it up there. Or if you have a room that's at least 70 degrees, that should work too. If you put it under the grow light itself will give off some heat, so that will actually help with germination as well. So we actually are done planting our plants for today. So we're going to do an update video come next week as they sprout, and then we'll go over how to set up the system. Depending on at what state the plants are in, if they have roots coming out and things, we will put them in the system. If they do not have roots coming out of the root plug, we will not put them in. We'll wait a little while, and then I'll come back and I'll do another video once I'm about to put them in there. But this is how you start your plants. There's no soil, there's no dirt or anything. It's a pretty clean process. Like I said, we'll talk about setting up the actual tote next week. Alright, so this concludes this video. If you have any questions or anything, you can send me an email at urbanfarmsister@gmail.com, or you can put them in the comments of this video, or you send me direct messages on Instagram or Facebook. However you'd like to get at me, just go ahead and do it. Again, Thank you all for watching these videos. I'm glad you guys are very interested in learning hydroponics. If you have any questions or you need help along the way, just let me know. If you'd like more in-depth lessons, I recommend that you purchase my classes. I have, videos for the classes. There's some homework assignments. There's the lectures. There's demo videos on how to build certain, how to build the setups if you don't want to purchase them. I show you how to do that as well. So, again, just get at me if you have any questions. Until next time, be great.